Welcome to the longest-running student film festival in the country, presented by Digital Arts Film and Television, also known as DAFT. We're thrilled you could be with us tonight, featuring the absolute best in K-12 media production in the state. This year, due to the COVID crisis, we won't be at our usual venue at the Detroit Institute of Arts, but that hasn't stopped the 30-year partnership with the Detroit Institute of Arts and its Detroit Film Theater. They're working with DAFT to stream this event online instead. We will certainly miss being in their beautiful theater, built in the 1920s and restored over the past 40 years through the hard work of its amazing auxiliary, the Friends of the DFT. And through this and other difficult times, the Detroit Film Theater has continued to provide the very best in independent and historically significant cinema.
Hi everyone, I'm Jody Huelmantel, curator of the Detroit Film Theater program at the Detroit Institute of Art. For well over a century, the cinemas reflected good times and tragedies, but always with a belief that movies are the art that has the power to unite us all. What's particularly exciting about this festival is to see the movies reborn every year. Young people have a need to share stories, visions, and feelings, and it's this event every year that reminds me of the cinema's immortality. I am consistently blown away by not just the talent on display, but by the instinctive grasp of how to communicate the human experience through moving images that these brand new filmmakers rekindle in all of us. Nothing will stop the movies as long as these young artists have the passion for cinema that's abundantly evident in this year's lineup. And that passion for cinema is just as evident in the achievements of DAFT, Digital Arts Film and Television, which couldn't possibly happen without the dedication and perseverance of people like the indispensable co-founder of DAFT, John Prusak, whose vision helped give birth to a dream that's lasted more than half a century. Okay, that's it from me. I'd better stop now or I'll be talking for half a century. And before you know it, I'll start plugging our own virtual film series at the DIA, which you can find at dia.org, and on and on and on. But I'm not going to do that. Instead, I've got a better idea. Let's start the show.
Attention, the Detroit Zoo will open in 5 minutes.
5 minutes, please, just 5 minutes.
My lines, I can't remember my lines.
My makeup.
Wardrobe, I say wardrobe.
How do I look? Seriously, how do I look?
Hey, honey, give me a little kiss before I go on.
Okay, guys, this way.
Wrong way, guys.
Nice going, Melton. My lines.
I want to talk to my agent.
Let me talk to your agent.
Take it from me, you just gotta keep cool.
Positions, everyone.
Hey, no shoving.
Wait for me.
Hey, this place is a zoo.
Visit the Detroit Zoo and see how the stars live.
1 and 2.
This 1982 ad probably rang a bell for a few of you parents and teachers. It was the world-famous spot for the Detroit Zoo, created by Ron Castori and his business partner and wife, Mary Beth. Ron died of pancreatic cancer, and it is in his memory that his wife, Mary Beth Castori, has kindly and generously contributed to our festival. Thank you, Mary Beth, for your wonderful generosity honoring Ron. Each year, DAFT recognizes a teacher deserving of recognition and honor for their work with students. This year's 2021 Media Teacher of the Year is also one of tonight's co-hosts, Mike Conrad of Royal Oak High School. Mike has grown the media program into a national benchmark for excellence, including award-winning student programming for PBS. Congratulations, Mike, and thanks for your love of film and sharing your vision with kids. We want to thank our special sponsors, the National Endowment for the Arts, as well as the Michigan Council for Arts and Cultural Affairs. Here's a message from our partners at the Michigan Film and Digital Media Office.
Welcome to the wild, wild Midwest, the state of creativity, a place where anything goes and everything is possible. Dreamers and doers, designers and builders, problem solvers, welcome home. This is the land of the big three: music, media arts, and maker culture. Dream, dare, do, repeat. That's our motto. The best place to start a business. The next artist mecca. It's the gold rush, the motherlode of talent, where the world's best and brightest tap into designers and developers, shooters and CGIers, editors and mixers, and all the coders and craftsmen who can make the insanely brilliant happen. It's raw, authentic talent. Michigan, the state of creativity. Welcome home.
Finally, we want to congratulate this year's poster contest winner, Simone Grice of the Oakland Schools Technical Campus Southwest. We also award honorable mention to Grace Latham, also of OSTC Southwest, and Sarah West of OSTC Northwest for their entries. Congratulations to all students and teachers who submitted their work. We hope you enjoyed tonight's films, and thanks for supporting DAFT and Michigan's young filmmakers.
Good evening, filmmakers. My name is Mike Conrad, and I am the Vice President of DAFT, Digital Arts, Film, and Television. In addition to that, I am also a teacher of video, television, and film students, just like you, at Royal Oak High School. I'm truly thrilled to be with you tonight to celebrate and share some of the best production work our student filmmakers have to offer. This year, once again, due to COVID, we won't be at our usual venue at the Detroit Institute of Arts. But that hasn't stopped the 30-year partnership with the Detroit Institute of Arts and its Detroit Film Theater. So while we can't be at the DIA's theater, we have as our special guest host, someone who always makes the festival and someone no one ever sees until now. Jody Huelmantel, the DFT's projectionist and avid fan of all independent filmmaking, is here with us. Hi, Jody.
Hi, Mike.
Hi. So, Jody, what's it like being the projectionist at the Detroit Film Theater?
It's pretty cool. I've loved that theater since I was a kid. When I got my driver's license, I drove down and watched as many movies as I could possibly see because the space is amazing. You don't see too many historical movie palaces in Detroit, in the United States. You know, the way that it's been preserved is quite fantastic. So to be a part of continuing to improve and retain the quality of our projection, the way that we show films to the public, and it's pretty exciting.
You know, I love the way you put it, a movie palace. It really feels that way. You know, when you walk into that theater to witness a film, whether it's something new or something classic or something for the ages, you know it's something special when you walk into that theater.
Absolutely, it's. Yeah, and it doesn't change. You know, it's like I don't think that I've ever gotten used to just the immensity of the space.
Well, it truly is a beautiful place. I'm envious of you that you get to walk into that place every day as your job. So why don't you tell us a little bit about the schools that submitted to DAFT this year?
Amazingly, with so many schools working remotely, we had nearly 300 entries statewide. DAFT made the decision in January to extend the usually early March deadline to the end of April. And according to our teachers, it paid off. Just over a week ago, 60 judges gave detailed feedback to each entry and designated awards at 4 different levels. Every single student will be receiving a certificate and the judges' detailed feedback, something pretty unique to any film festival. Best of Show winners that you'll see here tonight will also receive a trophy, and best in each category is given a special award that will be announced during the streaming of these 2 nights.
And also, I think it really, being a teacher, I think it needs to be said that every project that was completed this year deserves an award in its own right. Considering the situations that we as teachers and you as students had to go through, the fact that you completed a project, kudos to you all. Now, some quick formatting announcements. This year, we're not screening the best of show selections by category, but instead, in the spirit of the past years, we're going to be a bit jumbled up, but we think you'll like the arrangement. It's similar to how we'd show them at the DIA and the Detroit Film Theater. We're going to start each night with 5 K-8 selections. Then we'll take a quick break and move to the high school films. So folks at home, just a quick note that the subject matter will mature after that first break, but nothing past PG-13, but we want you to be aware. We're going to take a couple of other breaks throughout the hour to give special shout outs to the category winners. We're also going to ask you to pay attention and then ask you to vote for the evening's Ron Castori Audience Choice Award, your favorite video of the night. DAFT will be honoring videos we felt addressed the COVID crisis or exhibited remarkable quality in production, such as limited resources such as equipment, locations, and crew. So without further delay, let's get started with the K-8 entries that were considered our highest level best of show. Are you ready? Let's have a late dinner for 4.
The seeds are about to come out. The flower pods will be empty soon. Winter vines, sticks, pieces of trees, holding the last of their color. The sun goes up to the bird's nest. Slingshot branches, wild and spiky. Twigs of diamonds and V formations. Times table twigs X, H, and T. Cold letter shapes along the sharp rocks. The frozen gray-blue waves. The weak sun shines on abandoned buildings. The birds nest in the blue-gray sky. Near the golden light of the winter.
Hi, this is Trevor
and Harrison
reporting for WNMS.
You may have noticed some construction over by the bus loop. Well, that's because they are building a new music wing.
The layout will look like this. The current band and orchestra rooms will be made into a new choir room, and they are building new band and orchestra rooms, as well as more instrument storage.
Here are some teachers' views on the new music wing.
I'm really excited for the new music wing. It's going to be a lot larger area. There's going to be a lot more storage for us to keep our instruments, music and stand, and it's going to be a lot more of updated equipment, larger classrooms.
So what they're building out there right now is the new band room and the new orchestra room. And those are going to be bigger than what we have right now.
It's going to be a really exciting area for students to learn and have really great opportunities to rehearse and perform together.
All right, NMS, this wraps up our report on the new music wing.
Thanks for tuning in. Bye.
The way I see it, the world is a really messed up place.
Ubuntu.
Ubuntu.
I see people hating on each other over who's gonna be president.
Ubuntu.
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 I wish people treated each other with kindness and compassion.
Ubuntu.
Ubuntu.
Maybe we just need to listen.
Ubuntu.
Ubuntu.
Okay, we hope you enjoyed the first segment of films. We want to congratulate the final video in that segment, Ubuntu, for its special award as Best PSA for the entire festival. Congratulations to Mr. Scott Gillespie and his remarkable team of students from the Downriver Detroit Student Film Consortium. Connor, Caroline, Madison, Yusuf, Matthew, Meadow, and Chantenay. So, Jody, were there any of those films that really stood out to you? What were some things that you saw that you really liked and appreciated?
Well, the Dinner for Four, the use of stop motion, the whimsical, surrealistic feel of it is super cool.
Yeah, I love stop motion. And that one, for some reason, for me, I smiled all the way through. It was, 2 minutes long? And I thought, what a fun idea. And then they actually poured the water.
The details, yes. The details were fantastic.
Yeah, what else?
Well, Ubuntu, it's just such a hopeful, positive message from our youth. No wonder it has Best PSA. Very cool.
Yeah, watching some of these films really gives me hope. I feel like these kids got it. We're going to be in really, really good hands.
That's a really good point.
Yeah. All right, so let's move on. Such amazing, great work so far done by our junior division and the K-8 students. Let's jump ahead to our senior division of high school students. Now, senior division does not mean 12th grade. It incorporates all grades in high school from 9 to 12. So it's amazing to see what these kids are producing across those 4th grade levels.
So here come our next 5, starting with an animated giraffe and ending with 2 COVID videos. Take it away.
Oh, hi, Roxy. Oh, I was just going to the, I totally forgot the name. It's so simple. I'm gonna look so dumb when I remember. The store.
What are you looking for at the store?
Well, the other day I bought these snacks that I never had before, and I really liked them. I ended up eating the whole box pretty fast.
T'as une fantastique girafe. Et looking for what you're looking for.
Thanks, Roxy. Oh, there they are. Huh. They don't taste anything like I remembered.
When Gerald Ford arrived on the campus of the University of Michigan in 1931, he arrived as a star. He had been an all-state player twice. But now, moving from South High to Ann Arbor and the University of Michigan, he was kicking it up a notch. This was big time. The University of Michigan had a tradition of winning and a a tradition of competing for championships?
He was a natural athlete, but he also had a real drive for success. He was very determined. He was very competitive. So if he saw that there was room for improvement, he was the type of kid that was going to work really, really hard to be the best that he could be. One friendship that stands out to me is his friendship with Willis Ward. As college freshmen, they met, kind of knew about each other because both were star athletes. Willis Ward was from Detroit.
They met on the first day while they were registering for classes and became friends, even though they knew they were going to be competing. Not in position, because Willis Ward was a receiver, Gerald Ford was a center, but you were competing. Everybody was competing on that freshman team for this particular trophy, this big silver football that was going to be given out at the end of spring, their freshman year. It's become known as the Meyer-May Trophy. It was just the most outstanding freshman trophy at the time. The coaches decided that, and it came down to, at the end of the day, Gerald Ford and Willis Ward. One of those two were going to win, and ultimately it was Gerald Ford.
They became very good friends. They won a lot of football games together. U of M was a nationally known winning team, but in their senior year, something happened that really tested their friendship and their character, and that was when Willis was benched from a game against Georgia Tech because of the Jim Crow laws of the South. And Willis was the only person of color on the team at U of M at that time. Historically, football teams at the time in our country were all white teams.
Willis Ward was one of Gerald Ford's friends, and Ford was upset over that and almost quit the team over it. But Ward talks him into continuing to play, and so Ford does play. And early in that game against Georgia Tech, one of the Georgia Tech players made a racial remark about Willis Ward. And Ford and one of his teammates decided they were going to do something about it. And the next play, they put that player out of the game. They tackled him hard enough to put him, he was carried off on a stretcher. And he told Ward later, that tackle was for you.
I think that was a real test to their friendship of how they would respond to that situation, but I think it's something that brought them really close together. The University of Michigan beat Georgia Tech in that game. It was the only game they won the whole season. And that season is still the worst season of U of M football to date. As Jerry Ford was graduating from the University of Michigan, he was actually offered 3 different positions on professional football teams, but he turns down all 3 offers. I think in his heart, his goal was always to become a lawyer. I think he had kind of a desire and a thirst for justice. So he decided that his next step, instead of pro football, was going to be Yale University.
When he was at South High, his football team, the 30-30 Club, they called themselves. Thanksgiving morning, they would get together and have breakfast on Thanksgiving, and they kept the tradition alive. They even came to have breakfast with him when he was president. And you have pictures of him in the Oval Office, and if you're to go into the Oval Office, you'll look at his desk and you'll see a pen holder with a football on it, and that is a gift from the 30-30 Club. His team became his family, and he kept in touch with them.
And probably my favorite photograph in our museum is the photograph of them as much older men sitting in the Oval Office together. And you can see the friendship and respect for one another is still so strong.
Listen, while we're waiting for other people to come on, Lauren, are you all set with what you're responsible for and what's happening with you? Otherwise, have a great weekend, and I'll see you.
For writing the monologue, is there like a certain...
God, I really should be recording this. All right. So you hit continue.
If you have any questions via email or something.
Okay? Other questions? We're good? All right, everybody, stay safe, be well, wash your
Where is everyone? We were supposed to start 10 minutes ago.
I don't know. Does TJ even know we're sitting right in his driveway?
Straight, heterosexual, straight. Keep going.
Oh, what the hell?
Straight. Hard left. Jesus. Turn around. You got it? Turn around. If you hit the garage, I'm gonna hit. Turn around. Okay, there's the chair. No, other way. There's the chair. Yep. Put your arms out. Feel for it. Walk forward. Feel for the chair. Feel it. All right. Sit in it. Hey guys, what's up?
Hey, Emilio.
Colin, look around confused. What?
At least you found a way to show up with the whole, having Corona thing.
Well, we could have done this over Skype, but no! You just had to meet in person. And I'm not letting any of you people screw up my big comeback. Colin, you better be moving your hands or else I swear to God.
Are we allowed to ask who this person is, the one who you attached yourself to?
This is Colin. He lives down the street from me, and this is what he gets for rooting through my garbage.
And you're cool with this?
Hey! He does not speak to you, and you do not speak to him. He is simply a vessel for me to make sure you people do not screw this up.
At least you're here, unlike a certain someone whose driveway we're sitting in.
You know what? Where's TJ?
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
What is it? Turn me around, you human Gundam. What is that?
This is a new low, even for you.
What?
Still nothing.
Gentlemen, this is what I call an extreme measure. We are currently in a worldwide pandemic, and we've already lost one of our men, and I will not be compromised. This...
Bull!
What?
It's not real.
How do you not think it's real? You are currently sitting next to somebody who has it.
You good?
Never better.
See?
Why are you taking his side? All right, you know what? Just wear the masks and stay away from me.
All right, we need to make at least one film over break so I don't feel completely useless.
Even though the world is ending?
Even though the world is ending.
So, what are we gonna do?
I don't know.
I'd like to help, but, I'm not going to be too much considering I'm taped to this human megazord that runs on cheeseburgers and corn dogs, so,
Well, you'd actually be here if TJ wasn't such a wimp. I suggest kicking TJ out of the group.
We're getting off topic. Emilio is staying home, and we are not kicking TJ off of his own driveway. So, what should we make?
Psst. Hey, Gurren Lagann. Put up your index finger, Gundam style. Oh, I've got it! Alright, here it is. Masterpiece 2, Electric Boogaloo. Okay, so what happens is, after the route, I'll run and tell me when you're ready to call, move back through it. Hey, where is TJ? These are your masterpiece here. Alright, what are your choices on count?
Your audio cut out. What'd you say?
What?
You cut out. What was your idea?
Never mind. Stupid anyway. Hey, Numbnuts Genesis Evangelion, put your finger down!
I got it! You know how we got all that mass propaganda now? Well, how do we fix propaganda? Reverse propaganda. We gotta make a film about the truth. Masks give you cancer.
Hey, Colin, go Gadget, smack his big forehead.
Smack me? I'm right.
Oh! God! Seriously?
Come on, go upstairs, go upstairs. Come on, sit down, sit down. You do a good job, you do good. Sit down, sit down, sit down. Got the chair? Sit down.
Oh, I have an idea. Okay, so it's like Tommy's, except the exact opposite.
Okay, so do we have any good ideas?
Great Scott. I got it!
Wait, how are we supposed to see our mouths with the masks on?
Ah, we'll fix it in post.
I said I would never leave you.
And you never will. But I've got a job to do, too. Where I'm going, you can't follow. What I've got to do, you can't be any part of. Ilsa, I'm no good at being noble, but it doesn't take much to see that the problems of three little people don't amount to a hill of beans in this crazy world. Someday you'll understand that. Now. He's looking at you, kid.
I don't know what to say. It's almost as beautiful as Miss Braun.
It's perfect.
Oh my god. I can't wait to show everybody that film when we're back in a few weeks.
Okay, we have some special awards in that last segment, including Best Experimental Award to iRobot, another entry from the Downriver Detroit Student Film Consortium. Great work again to Mr. Scott Gillespie's students, Noah, Benjamin, Alina, Kia, Chantanay, Matthew, Daquan, Connor, Romeo, and Connor. The special COVID award goes to senior year for Mr. Salomon's program, the Detroit Country Day. Great work, Katie. And Quarantine Masterpiece for Miss Braun's students at Eisenhower High School, Tommy, Mitch, TJ, and Colin. Now, Jody, what did you think about Quarantine Masterpiece? That was pretty unique.
Yeah, the level of humor in that, the way that it builds is a lot of fun.
Yeah, I thought the way they used the iPad in that was what a creative way to plan that and then make it actually work and pull it off.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, now you will notice, for those of you who are fans of DAFT and fans of Focal Point, you will notice that leather jacket with all the pins on it, you'll see that in one of the films that was in Focal Point last year. A little Easter egg there. You didn't know that, did you? Anything else stand out from those films that you thought were interesting? What about like iRobot? What was unique about that for you?
The level of production was pretty fantastic. The makeup, I love sci-fi, and having a kind of a socio-political look at the world through a sci-fi lens is definitely very fun and creative.
Yeah, and I also thought the make was great, and then that tear at the end, just running down the face, it really, really brought it home.
It's a nice touch.
Yeah, very, very well done. All right, don't forget, coming up, you're going to have a chance to vote for the Ron Castori Audience Choice Award for your favorite film of the night. So keep some notes about which ones you like when voting opens up a little bit later on.
University Liggett School in Grosse Pointe is going to kick off segment 3 with Block Party by Karsten Higby. Back again this year with another Best of Show selection.
Dorothy lives here, Don lives there, Dolores lives over there. But this is a problem. Why? Because over the past 30 years, the people and houses in between have disappeared. What's left is wide open space. So how do these separated folks become neighbors? With a block party. This is a smartphone app that rebuilds neighborhoods by bringing people together to share food, fun, and creativity. Got a secret apple pie recipe? Homemade crafts? Music to play? Come to the block party. The app optimizes convenient locations and dates for isolated neighbors to congregate and celebrate. Volunteers bring tables, chairs, and shade. Neighbors just sign up, show up, and bring their best. Funded by the Detroit Regional Chamber and local internet providers, service discounts are offered to all block partiers. And once proven in Detroit, Block Party rolls out to other cities where Dorothy, Don, Dolores, and many more neighbors will be looking for you.
Every year since 1877, when the Michigan Humane Society was established, workers and volunteers alike have saved thousands of animals from bad living conditions and situations. Over 8,000 animals per year are kept in their care throughout Michigan until they find their forever home. To get a full picture of what it was like for these shelters to keep running even during COVID, we talked to Anna Chrisman, the media manager at the Humane Society at their Rochester, Michigan location.
We actually had to suspend operations at the start of the pandemic just in order to make sure that our teams were staying as safe as possible and that we're able to keep our animals as safe as possible. So one of the things that we actually ended up doing as part of that evaluation process was we suspended adoptions for quite some time, but we put over 400 animals into foster care, which as the weeks and then the months continued to go on, several of our foster parents decided to adopt the animals that had gone into foster with them. So while we kept up a decent amount of adoptions, it's nowhere near the volume that we would typically have.
Even though the pandemic has brought some challenges to the Humane Society, it has brought some benefits as well.
It's really allowed us to go back to the building blocks about who we are as an organization and what we're doing. So as we're rebuilding all of those pieces, we're able to make tweaks and changes to better serve the community and better serve the animals that before, when we were running full tilt 7 days a week, it just wouldn't have really been something that we could feasibly do. So as we reopened, we're rebuilding, and it's really actually pretty exciting.
The Humane Society is still looking for volunteers and materials that can help the animals and workers.
There's a lot of different ways that folks can engage with an animal welfare organization that is so far beyond just coming in and adopting a pet and then going home. We're always in need of food for our pet pantry. So we've had folks who have done a pet food drive, either through school or through their church or through Scouts. We're always in need of blankets and towels and all those sorts of things. So folks have gone through and collected items for us and dropped them off at the facilities.
Due to the pandemic, the Humane Society has had some challenges they've had to overcome.
Adoptions cost us about $500 per animal in our care. And the reason for that is adoption fees are going towards medical care, they're going towards building support, keeping the lights on, keeping the water running. They're going towards transport vehicles that are moving animals around to help them meet their new forever families and all sorts of things. So when you're choosing to adopt, you are choosing to fund a system which is going to have a significantly far-reaching impact as opposed to just the single animal that's coming into your home.
Adopting an animal is worth the time and money because you're not just helping the animal you're adopting, but you're also helping other animals by making room for them in the shelter and giving them a second chance.
My favorite moment is the first time that a family or an individual or a couple look at a pet and go, that's the one. Like, you see that instantaneous, just the heart bubbles happen, there's little birds chirping, you know, if there were sparks, you'd see them flying. But that initial moment where somebody makes the decision to bring home an animal into their lives, they're committing to medical care, they're committing to behavior support, they're committing to feeding that animal and grooming that animal. You actually, there's a physical change that happens in a person when you make that decision and you flip that switch to say, this one is mine. It's like nothing else. To see somebody have that sort of super visceral reaction and experience that connection, there's nothing like it. Nothing beats it.
There's been moments where I felt like I am wasting too much time. You know that whole you only live once or live life to the fullest type of mentality that we're supposed to have, the type of mentality that encourages us to have more fun or enjoy life more? I think that might have actually had maybe the inverse effect on me. Like a lot of people right now, I've probably spent way too much time on my phone than I should have, but instead of doing anything about it, I made myself even more stressed by telling myself that I am running out of time. The truth is, I am not running out of time. I am 17 years old with so much of my life still ahead of me. And yeah, a meteor could come flying down and blow up everything, but life is limiting enough. I don't need any more reasons to psych myself out into not enjoying where I am. That's something that I've come to realize at this point in my life. I am about to graduate and start college, so I have to think really hard about what I want the rest of my life to look like. That's probably the biggest lesson I've learned in high school. I would like to be able to look back and remember every time that I've smiled and had a good time, but quite honestly, I can't even remember what I wore yesterday. So realistically, instead, I want to at least be able to tell myself that I put in the effort to actively make my life better. And so that's what I've been doing, or at least trying to anyways. See, everybody is different. What I find good about my life isn't going to be what everyone finds good about their lives. I like spending time with friends and going out to do stuff and working on things that I'd be proud to say that I made. That's not to say that there isn't more things I like doing, and because of this, I'm just trying to figure it out. That's all that's to it. Just figuring out what makes me happy and continuing to do it. And it's what makes my life good.
Good morning, Lake Orion. Today is March 5th, 2021. I'm Derek Steele.
And I'm Hunter Panosian. This is LOAM. The Lake Orion High School Teacher of the Year was named last Friday morning. This year's winner is science teacher, Mrs. Wendy Burns. Our cameras were there to capture her reaction.
Oh gosh, right now I am completely overwhelmed and blown away by all the incredibly nice things that my colleagues have said, and I'm just kind of in shock right now. Gosh, Teacher of the Year is just, it's such a nice recognition. I am blown away that I'm now in the presence of past Teacher of the Year recipients. I always get excited every year for the individual who gets it, and it's such a great honor. And I'm happy to be part of that group now, so feels good.
I think Teacher of the Year allows us the opportunity to really recognize our teachers who are going above and beyond. I don't think teachers are given enough recognition for the important work that they do, and so this is just an opportunity for us as a district and as a county to recognize those teachers that are significantly making an impact, not only in our community, but in the profession as well.
I'm very proud of Ms. Burns for receiving the 2020-2021 Teacher of the Year Award. I've had the pleasure of working with Ms. Burns for many years, and as department chair, she's an invaluable member of our department. Everything she does is for the students, for the department, and most of the time for them before they even are for herself. So
just keep showing up every day and working hard for the students, for the colleagues. Truly, it's the wonderful staff that I teach with that really motivates me every day, along with my students. So just keep working hard, and we'll get through this year and hopefully have a great start to next year.
Congratulations to Mrs. Burns.
The school board discussed Lake Orion's future back-to-school plans last week. We talked to the superintendent, Mr. Ben Kirby, to find out their recent decision.
So each month, the district has an obligation to go through the extended COVID-19 plan. At the high school level, we continue to remain with the same hybrid format, the green and white days. We did talk to the board about the fourth quarter, making some transitions at the high school to have that look a little bit different, assuming that COVID, our experiences, other district experiences remain the same, which are a very positive trend at this point. thanks to everybody for the patience, the understanding, and the feedback. It's been, a difficult year for many.
And speaking of the school schedule, next year's district calendar was published this week. The first day of school is the Tuesday after Labor Day. Winter break stretches from December 22nd to December 31st. The 2022 spring break runs from March 28th to April 1st, and next year's last day of school is June 10th, 2022. You can find the full calendar on the district's homepage. It was also emailed to parents.
Competition season in forensics has begun, and last weekend Lake Orion competed at an online tournament hosted by Dexter High School. Lake Orion did not place in their division. However, Brendan Franz, Lady Mason, and Lily Waitira placed in their respective categories. The team has many more competitions this season, and they are still welcoming new members. If you're interested in joining, email Coach Gabriel Whiteley at gabriel.whiteley@lok12.org to be added to the teams.
The Lake Orion Thespian Troupe is holding auditions for their spring show. It's called Lovesick. The auditions will take place in the auditorium lobby after school on Monday and Tuesday of next week. If you wish to audition, you must sign up for a time slot, which can be found on the troupe's Facebook page. The show is currently expected to perform in front of a live audience. You can email the director, Mr. Kind, at jonathan.kind@lok12.org if you have any questions.
Great videos in that last segment. Really, truly phenomenal work. I want to point out that DAFT stands for Digital Arts, Film, and Television. So while we're seeing films, we're also seeing television. So there's a special award-winning Best News Report in that last segment, once again, from Roger Smith's WDBC Dragon Broadcasting at Lake Orion High School with their LOAM from March 5th. So great job, Roger and the crew at Lake Orion High School. Also, the first of our co-winners for Best Music Video goes to Brennan of Pat Onstadt's program in Mount Pleasant High School for Raheem Elgamel's Sweater Weather. Music videos are very, very hard. And I thought that they captured that very, very well. It was really beautifully shot. Jody, what do you think about that?
I absolutely agree. The use of, it's just such a creative use of multiple formats, special effects, aspect ratios. It all came together very well.
Another one I'd like to point out from that too is, this one is mine. When we're talking about animals, boy, what do you want to see? You want to see animals. There was so much supplementary footage in that. And for me, I thought the voiceover by the student was phenomenal. That's not easy to do. And she did a great job with that. What about you?
I agree. I really loved it. I think it's just, it's very touching, and it's hopeful to see, to see people reaching out and finding forever homes.
As a parent of a rescue dog, I have to agree. So, all right, take it away, Jody.
Our next segment features 4 videos with one-word titles, all best of show, including 2 more special honors selected by DAFT for productions made in this pandemic year.
The world is quiet. As quiet as I've ever known it to be. Only nature is still bustling, blissfully unaware. It's as if there is a heavy fog over the world. Humanity takes one collective, shaky breath. It feels as though the temperature has dropped, leaving us all chilled to the bone. As I watch the sunset over the horizon, I wonder if we will ever recover from this. This is nothing anyone has seen before. Will this change us forever? Will masks be worn in public, caution taken before each touch or embrace? Will we never again take for granted when we are able to leave our houses to go see friends or go shopping? Something for the grandchildren, they say. I think, do I want to tell my grandkids about this? About the paralyzing fear and anxiety? The inability to move? The nights and days I spend sobbing, thinking, I just want my life back. The having to take Benadryl to sleep. Will we ever recover from this? I hope we will. I think we will. Otherwise, I don't know what will happen. And that might be the most terrifying thought of all. The world is quiet. A little too quiet.
Hey man, what's going on?
Nothing much. Just wanted to ask you something. You free?
Yeah.
You sure? I don't need to talk right now if you're busy.
No, I was just driving downtown,
Oh, okay.
dating a journalist project. Dude, you okay? No, real quick. You would not believe the crap that I went through today.
Really?
No, first off, you get the stupid civilians just telling you like, really? You're gonna go here? Like you're invading my privacy. Like you are outside, okay? Like I can take pictures of buildings, okay? And like I mean,
you got to be better.
You know, I'm working on it. Okay. No, they don't have rights. No, it's all me. I have the camera. Yeah, no, but dude, like I was sitting there, I felt like I was like legitimately leaning like on a car, like felt like I was right in front of it, just taking pictures, and then I turned around and it wasn't there.
Seriously?
Yeah, no, like it wasn't there, and I was So what? It was like, it was so weird. It was so confusing. I could have sworn there was a car behind me, and I looked over, and it was just on the other side of the road. I was completely wrong.
And we let you work outside in
Yeah,
public.
well, okay, yeah, but I didn't know. Okay, it was a long day, man. It was a really long day. Yeah. No, like, what'd you call me for?
Oh, nothing huge. We were just having a party at the
Oh,
office today.
yeah, that's gonna be a shame to miss.
You are.
No, it's okay. Office parties, really? I mean, let's be real. You've got probably the most awkward group of people in the world eating Fritos and cupcakes. Like, how is that supposed to be entertaining?
Well, you could get to know some of your coworkers.
Yeah. No, I don't know. I'll have to check it out.
Oh, so I'll see you there?
No, that was wrong choice of words. No, I will check my schedule. I'll see if I can go.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeez. Yeah.
All right. Well, you try to make it.
Yeah, man. All right. No, seriously. Like, I just got.
Eat up.
All right, a big shout out to Elena in Julie Vanderlaan's amazing program at Byron Center High School near Grand Rapids. Her video Quiet has earned a special COVID award. Another recognition for videos dealing with the pandemic year goes to Troy Athens students Seamus, Ryan, and Michael for their film Quarantine under teacher Adam Burns. Now, Quarantine was incredibly unique. I thought that one stood out for me because sound is often ignored. And I thought it did a really good job of using natural sound. Jody, what were your thoughts on that?
Yeah, the stark black and white, the ambiguity of that truncated ending, it was kind of a treat.
Yeah, and I am a little sentimental to Thread. Thread was done by one of my students, Emily at Royal Oak High School. Her goal for that was just to capture the monotony of life during COVID without it being about COVID. So she did some pretty unique stuff, and that was all done while she was quarantined at home.
And the positive message of making a change during difficult times.
Well, we all need that change right now, don't we?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we do. All right, why don't you take us to where we're going next?
Our final segment of tonight's Best of Show selections will be followed by the time for you to vote for your Ron Castori Audience Choice Award. Romeo High School's Juice Time talk show starts it out. Enjoy.
Welcome to the Juice Time Talk Show. Here are today's guests. She is the NTHS president and an outstanding golf player, Sarah Himmelsbaugh. He is the NHS president and the drum major for Romeo's marching band, Sam Lovell. And here is your host, the Juice Man himself, Marcus Shaw.
What time is it? What time is it? What time is it? What time is it? Welcome to the Juice Time Talk Show. I'm your host, the Juice Man himself, Marcus Shaw, and today I have two very special guests with me today, Sarah Himmelsbaugh and Sam Lovell. Welcome, everyone. Welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
All right, so just to give you guys a scoop, I'm gonna ask you guys 3 questions each. One will be the same, and then one will be similar to the one I asked the other person, and then the last one is going to be based on your high school activity. So, are you guys ready?
I'm ready. Looking
forward to it.
Thanks, Marcus.
All right, let's do this. So, first question, of course, this is for you guys both. What was your favorite moment in high school and why?
Take it away, Sarah. I would say my favorite moment in high school is when I first started volunteering at Troy Beaumont Hospital. It kind of sparked my interest in the medical field, and it led me to take certified medical assisting this year, which has been really fun too. So that was probably my favorite moment.
That's awesome.
Thanks.
Sam, what about you? This goes the same.
Sure. Thanks, Marcus. And thanks, Sarah, too.
My favorite memory in high school has got to be while I was at a moot court in Lansing in my sophomore into junior year over the summer. I was able to visit the Supreme Court building. I got to sit behind the bench where the justices sit. That was so exciting. And, it really allowed me to explore my interest in law, my interest in government and politics. And now Romeo's been able to foster that through its classes, its activities after school. And so I've just been really grateful for that. I'll always remember it for sparking my passion.
All right, Sam. I see that you are already planning your future. That's awesome for you both. I mean, you guys are doing amazing things. That's awesome. So, Sarah, you're next. So you are the National Technical Honor Society president, correct?
Yes.
So, based on the experience that you have, what have you learned about like being a president, and how are you going to apply it to your future?
Yeah, sure. So I think that being a president of NTHS has really helped me develop my leadership skills for sure. And growing up, I've always been more on the shy side and kind of an introvert. So it's really helped me come out of my comfort zone and get me out of my shell. And it's been super inspiring too. All the members of NTHS are super hardworking. And, we send out an email with a volunteer activity or an hours information thing, and they are on top of it right away. So it's been super inspiring, and I've had a great time meeting people through it as well.
That's good. That's pretty awesome that you broke your shell. Like, you were on the shy side and you broke it. That's awesome. That's inspiring. Folks at home, if you're shy, encourage yourself to break out of that shell. It's very awesome to break out of that shell because you feel so relieved, so powerful, so amazed how much you can speak up for yourself. That's
3 missing teenagers. Their friends said that they came here to make one of those haunted building videos.
Have you checked everywhere?
We've scoured this place, Detective. We've got nothing. No trace evidence, no witnesses, no sign of a struggle, no nothing. Just the camera rig on the floor and then this SD card that I pulled.
Let me know if you find anything else.
You got it.
Oh, let's get this. No, seriously.
Hey, I'm Stacy.
I'm Jen, and this is Greg on camera.
Hey everyone.
We're at the Umbra Manor where 100 years ago tonight, a 10-year-old boy went missing.
Never to be seen again. Ooh.
His name was Henry Wellington.
Good old Henry.
This used to be a dance hall back in the Prohibition days or something like that.
While his parents went dancing, Henry went exploring.
And we're here to speak out the spirit of Henry Wellington.
This place has been abandoned for decades.
This is crazy.
This place is so dusty. Hey, Jen, where are you going?
Divide and conquer.
I think we should stick together.
Nah, I'm good.
Nah, you're tripping. Hold this thing. Yo, look at this mess.
Oh my.
Bro, this is a... Watch this. It's nice. And what is this? Greg, it's the chair. It's Henry's chair from the picture. Oh, it's dusty too. It's kind of cool.
Come on, Stacy, quit playing around.
Dude, this place is... Look at this. Just don't get no... Oh, check this out.
What's that?
Henry, come get me now.
Stop, Stacy.
It's actually... Ugh. It's kind of gross in here. Well, would you look at what we have up here? These stairs are kind of steep. Ooh.
Do we really have to do this?
We'll be fine.
Are you sure?
Not at all. Nothing to be scared of. What? Couple of boards. Ah!
Damn!
The hell? You scared the hell out of me, Jen?
Jeez.
Let's get out of here.
I'm with you on that.
It's cold in here.
Yeah, it doesn't feel right in here.
I'm freezing.
Jen, open the door.
I can't.
Open it. It's locked. It's locked.
What do you mean?
No, we have to get out of here. We have to find a way. Let's go.
Oh my gosh. What the hell is that?
Okay, everybody, before we discuss those last 3 films, this is where we get interactive and you come into play. We've activated our online ballot and we'll leave it open for 5 minutes. You can enter in the URL on the screen right now or point your camera at the QR code. So in that last segment, special COVID award recognition goes to Juice Time Talk Show with Stephanie Harbison students from Romeo. Great job, Marquez, Haley, Sam, and Sarah.
And congratulations to the Best Narrative Film Award and winner of a $500 cash prize, once again to the Downriver Detroit Student Film Consortium for Umbra Manor, produced by Calvin, Chardonnay, Meadow, Kaya, Matthew, Connor, Milo, Caden, and Kamari.
All right, so some of the selections we just watched, I'd really like to point out Juice Time Talk Show. If students came to me a year ago and said they're going to do a talk show, or 2 years ago and said we're going to do it all by Zoom and FaceTime, I'd say no. You're going to go and you're going to get the interview here. You're going to go over here. You're going to sit down in front of everybody. But now, because of the past year, not only is it normal, but we're finding ways to use our communications technology to our benefit, and I think they did a great job with that.
I agree with you. I think that what an encouraging host, and such live energy. It was fun to watch.
Yeah, and nothing gets me more excited than creative cinematography. And I think that Center Shot, the way they use their camera to give us vantage points that we normally wouldn't see with archery, I thought was really inspiring.
And with Umbra Manor, the clever parody of found footage seemed kind of fresh, I'd say.
Today we are interviewing one of the participants' grandparents.
Sports. I think that's what, if anything, that saved me, because I was going down a path that wasn't, most of you guys probably wouldn't go down.
And I would like to learn a lot more so that when I get older, I'll be able to be a better film director.
Sometimes you feel like you're isolated because of what you teach. This is a great tool or resource for other professionals who do what you do. So the DAFT Film Festival is extremely important for my students. It's like the coveted film festival of the year. The students love the idea of this Best of Show award, and they specifically love that every entry, regardless whether they get the Best of Show or not, they are going to get feedback from judges.
Being in Michigan, I think one thing for a lot of students is it's intimidating to want to go into this field. When you don't live in, say, LA, Georgia, or New York. So I think DAFT was a good opportunity for a lot of students, high school students, to be able to peek into that world.
It gets the kids out of creating something for themselves and their friends for a more larger audience and a professional audience, because the judges who are judging these competitions, they're professionals. They've been working in the industry. Becca Messner was one of my students. She had a great year with her first year when she created a PSA. The next year, she had a short film that was recognized. She's now at CCS studying film.
Even seeing it on the big screen in such a beautiful theater, it was great. And it really gave you the opportunity at such a young age to feel like validated and like we're proud of you for doing this. And it was really cool to meet with other people, and they just made you feel so special for all the hard work that you put in.
Time is up. The voting window has closed. So let's find out which of these fantastic video projects you voted to be tonight's Ron Castori Audience Choice winner. And check your screen in a moment for the award winner, since Jody and I pre-recorded these Sunday night. It's actually Sunday night, but no, it's Tuesday, so you don't have to worry about that. Well, thanks everyone for making the first night of our second annual streaming version of the Michigan Student Film Festival a rousing success. We will see you right back here tomorrow night at 7 for more amazing student films. Just like all filmmakers, we really hope you stay through the entire credits to see all the people behind the scenes who made this great event tonight possible. Thanks, everybody. Good night, and we'll see you on the big screen.